I find myself a bit behind on covering some of the bigger theatrical releases that have come out over the holidays. My holiday schedule didn't give me a lot of time to hit the movie theater, but still, there are some films I did get to see over the break, and I plan on reviewing them all very soon, beginning with this, the surreal descent into lunacy called A Wounded Fawn. Welcome back to ML Miller Frights. I'm ML Miller. Before we begin, please do me a favor and punch that like button down below. Share this video with all of your social media addicted pals. Click subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for notifications. A Wounded Fawn is new this week on Shudder. It's directed by Travis Stevens and written by Nathan Faudree and Travis Stevens. Sarah Lind plays Meredith, a museum curator who is finally recovering from an abusive relationship and taking a chance by going on a date with a man named Bruce, played by Scare Me's Josh Rubin. After going on a few dates, Bruce convinces Meredith to come to his cabin in the woods for a romantic vacation, but she doesn't know the dark horrors that are in store for her there. I'm just going to keep things vague, as I think any more about the plot is going to ruin some of the fun of A Wounded Fawn. While the trailer gives it away, and I suggest you avoid it before you watch this film, I'll keep mum about what horrors Meredith encounters, but I will tell you that they are effectively creepy and disturbing. And that's a good way of describing the wild ride you're going to be taking if you watch A Wounded Fawn. Like any art piece Meredith helps curate at her museum, the story itself has metaphorical depth and isn't afraid to get nightmarish and surreal in order to convey its message. It's that attention to art and fearlessness to head down uncharted paths that makes this film memorable and unique. While I wasn't the biggest fan of Girl on the Third Floor, I loved Jacob's Wife for what it was. But writer-director Travis Stevens really outdoes himself with this new film. There's a power to the imagery and themes going on that might look familiar to those who are fans of the horror genre, but he makes it all look and feel vastly different and downright refreshing. The performances by the two leads help sell what is in some ways a typical cautionary tale mixed with a tale of redemption. Sarah Lind is marvelous as Meredith, who teeters on the edge of whether or not she really likes Bruce. She conveys this trepidation well, finding things to both like and be wary of in some very simple gestures. Of course, this being a horror movie, these feelings of caution are right on the money, and in very little time, Lind makes her likable and relatable, despite the fact that she doesn't listen to her gut feelings. Josh Rubin was fantastic in Scare Me and showed a lot of prowess behind the camera on Werewolves Within. Here he continues to show strong comedic chops, as well as a downright scary, darker side. While the tone of this film is kind of all over the place, it follows Bruce's shifting demeanor from harmless to threatening, from comical to diabolical, from charming to downright evil. Rubin is the focus of much of this film, and while it goes to some pretty strange places, it's a testament to his talent that he's able to deliver a down-to-earth performance to keep everything grounded. Still, if you're looking for straightforward narrative, this isn't it. Because of a, shall we say, brain injury, the world as we know it kind of slips away by the time we get to Act 2 of A Wounded Fawn, leaving the narrative to feel unpredictable and downright dangerous. Things get symbolic. Things get abstract. Reality kind of slinks away, and we just dive right into a very dark psyche. While it makes for an unconventional story, it never feels like shit is just happening for shit to happen. There does seem to be a method to this film's madness, one that is communicated well through Rubin's performance and a very sharp script by Stevens and his co-writer Nathan Faudree. All the way through, this film has a sinful smirk on its face. Cut into two very large chunky chapters, A Wounded Fawn has a story that has been told before, but never through this kind of warped lens. Right up until the uncomfortably poignant and tactilely uncomfortable ending, A Wounded Fawn flips conventions and shows a side of the horror genre that may be somewhat artsy, but I couldn't keep my eyes off of it. I highly recommend this one for horror's freeze thinkers out there. You know who you are.
You're doomed to live the life you're meant to be, stuck inside your reality. You're doomed. Oh, you're doomed. You're